our stunning bride and her almost equally attractive groom. Give it up for him. So for those of you who don't know me, I am John, Eric's older brother, and the time has come for me to deliver the speech that I started frantically working on at midnight last night. And now I've been to a lot of weddings, guys, a lot of weddings. And today's wedding, by far, was the most recent. You know, I thought I could wing this thing. I know that's a terrible game plan to go in with. Thought it wouldn't be a big deal, but then last night, we had the rehearsal dinner. And our brother-in-law, Morgan, delivered a speech. And as I sat there, listened to the anecdotes, all the puns, the Taylor Swift jokes, when it was all said and done, I sat there with just one thing on my mind. Shit. I have a lot of work to do. Well, Morgan, you set the bar with that speech. Wherever you are. Where he is, you at the bar? Alright, Morgan's at the bar. I love the speech, but now it's my turn. So Eric is the youngest of my 3 siblings. He and I are 7 years apart in age. And growing up in a family of 4 kids, on average 2 to 4 dogs and 1 to 3 cats, life was pretty frantic. And in the beginning, we weren't super close. He was typically off somewhere playing his computer games, Pajama Sam or Barbie Detective 2, or giving very detailed weather reports to the family. And still happening to this day. And I was more into sports and my schooling. It wasn't until a little bit later we started to get a little bit closer. As preteen years, we started to bond over video games like Halo, Gears of War, movies, the Harry Potter series. There was actually one summer where I made him read every book in that series, and I swear those are the first books he ever read. But what brought us even closer together is, ironically, a couple years later, we actually landed a job at the same company. After a very intensive interview process, very competitive, he and I officially became associates of Gritty Electric Heating and Cooling, where we worked for many years. It wasn't until a few years later that we got an even deeper bond, where he developed a love for fitness, a passion for fitness, and he realized that the gym was his second favorite place to spend his spare time, with the first place being, of course, the bathroom. And then we went on to work together at Haunted Attractions, where we acted like psychopaths, because anyone who knows any gritty men in this building, you know that we have a certain level of crazy about it. But what I can say is that Eric is by far one of my very best friends in this life. And we want the best for our best friends, right? So, enter Aaron. I remember the first time Eric told me about Erin. He talked to me about her on the phone, about this girl that he met at college in Kutztown, how they went bowling together, and I could just hear in his voice that something was different. I watched him in other relationships that failed, but something came alive in him when he started talking to me about Erin. So I was excited to meet her. And our first interaction together was nothing short of, short. One day I was dropping him off at Kutztown, and she was just sitting on a bench, said hi and bye to her, and that was it. But it wasn't until a few months later that I saw her again, when Eric brought her as a date to a film premiere of mine at Philadelphia. And in that moment, I knew that this was going to work out, because she was so impressed that her new boyfriend's older brother was in movies. There's no way this is going to work out. And here we are. So, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. But seriously, once I started to know Erin, got to know her more, see her personality, and witness how happy she made my brother, I could tell, I knew why he was so enamored by her. Ever since you guys met 7 years ago, I have 7 years ago, everybody. I have witnessed Eric grow and mature in more ways than he did for the previous 21 years of his life. He became a man. He went from a boy to becoming a man, and she was a big reason why. He even went on to do something that I had never done before, and something I wanted to do, was go to grad school. And now he has a successful and bright career as an OT. And siblings, it looks like long gone are the days where we'll be standing in a checkout line, ready to pay, and right at the last second, Eric puts out his wallet, opens it up, then looks us dead in the face and says, "Hey, you guys got this?" Aaron, you pushed my brother in ways he wouldn't dare to push himself. You've made him a better person, and you are absolutely the person that he should be with. Thank you for your loyalty, your love, and utter care for my brother. And even though I already have two, I'm very happy to have earned a third sister today. I do have one more story that I want to share before I wrap up this speech. One thing I can say for certainty about Eric is that he's looked up to me his entire life. And I mean that literally. I'm 6'4". He's never going to put 6 inches on my height. But this past weekend, we had our bachelor trip, including a stop at Hershey Park. And it reminded me of a time in 2006 when we took a family trip to Dorney Park. And we were on the roller coaster there called Steel Force, one of their tallest roller coasters. Eric and I are sitting next to each other, going up the first hill. We're about 10 seconds from going the other side. And little 11-year-old Eric looks up at me, scared, nervous for the drop, and he says, "Johnny, can you hold me?" It was a moment of him being scared and nervous and looking for security and safety in his big brother. And I have to say, and then flash forward 17 years, we're at Hershey Park, and he's taken me on all these roller coasters I've never been on before, fearless as ever. And I just want to tell you that even though you're my little brother, I absolutely look up to you. I admire you, I'm proud of you, the person you've become and the man you've become. And I look forward to all the amazing things that you're going to do in life. And most importantly, I look forward to watching you two continue to blossom and grow in the years to come. So with all that being said, congratulations to Eric and Aaron. Let's raise a glass to them, and cheers. Thank you.
Good job, Charlie.